Hey everyone, I want to share something personal today. A lot of the growth and motivation channels out there talk about success, consistency, and chasing money. And sure, those things matter to many folks. But I've found that there's a missing piece in all those conversations. It's something my parents always taught me. Put God first. Because life is short, maybe 100 years if you're lucky, and everything else will eventually fade away. But God stays constant. Let that sink in. For years, I was chasing the dream. More clients, fancier gadgets, you name it. And every time I checked off one goal, I felt kinda meh, honestly. I loved those hustle tips and productivity hacks, but without meaning, they didn't feel enough. It wasn't until I started putting God first that things clicked. Suddenly, my hustle felt meaningful, like it was part of something bigger than just me. You know what's weird? A lot of us want to get better at life, but we skip over the Bible. We'll binge every new self-help blog or watch another motivational video, but we won't open the book that has all of life's timeless rules. I used to be that way too, but after giving it a chance, I realized it's basically the ultimate self-help book. The stuff in there works in any age or situation. So if you're open, give it a shot. You might just find the missing piece. Why God matters in our growth. So what does it mean to put God first in our journey of growth? For me, it means recognizing that there's a bigger picture. It means trusting that there's some higher purpose guiding us through the ups and downs. When I start my day with prayer or a quick moment of gratitude, it changes my mindset. I feel more centered and less anxious about deadlines or money or ego-driven stuff. It's like giving God the wheel and saying, okay, whatever happens, you got me. That kind of trust changes everything. And honestly, when I face setbacks or mess-ups, I don't feel completely alone. There's something comforting about believing that someone bigger is on my team. It doesn't mean life gets easy. I still have to grind and work hard. But I have hope that I'm not trapped by mistakes or failures. I'm more confident taking risks because I know I'm not the only one carrying the load. That kind of peace and purpose has helped me grow in ways chasing money alone never did. I've seen it make a difference even in the little things. For example, before a big presentation, I used to freak out. Now I pause, say a quick prayer or take a deep breath and remember, God's got my back. Suddenly my nerves ease up and I can focus. That calm isn't from luck, it's from trust. Trusting God first gives me a steady foundation, even when I'm doing something scary or new. And you know what? When God's first in my life, I stop worrying so much about what people think. My worth doesn't come from my next promotion or my follower count. It comes from being created and loved by someone bigger. That shift gave me guts to dream bigger. I realized failure isn't the end of the story. It's just a plot twist in a bigger picture. Having that kind of faith-first mindset really took a lot of pressure off me. What the Bible teaches. Let's talk about the Bible for a second. I know. It might sound old school or even irrelevant to some, especially to younger folks hustling online. I get it. It can seem like everyone's reading every self-help book except the Bible. But here's the thing. The Bible is packed with real-life advice that actually works. It teaches us about love, humility, patience, forgiveness, and gratitude. Stuff we all need in life. It's got stories about people who overcame huge challenges through faith and wisdom, proving that these ideas do work in the real world. Honestly, I learned more useful life lessons from the Bible than I ever did from a quick productivity hack. It shows you how to treat people right, how to be honest in your work, and why helping others is more important than just getting ahead. There's wisdom about handling money responsibly, about being patient when success doesn't come overnight, and about trusting that hard times can make you stronger. All those rules of life are in there. For me, this stuff is a game changer. It's a solid foundation for how I live each day. For example, the Bible taught me to be grateful for what I have. Instead of always scrambling for more money or stuff, I started noticing simple blessings, good friends, opportunities, even a sunny day. Being thankful for these took a lot of stress off my shoulders. Another big one is forgiveness. I used to hold grudges over small things, and it weighed me down. But forgiving people, just letting go of that anger, freed up so much mental energy. These lessons might sound simple, but they've made me a better person and helped me focus on what really matters. And there's a ton in there about humility and service, too. It basically says the best way to lead is by serving others. When I actually tried this, like giving praise to a teammate or mentoring someone without thinking, what's in it for me? It built trust and loyalty. Suddenly, I had real teammates, not competitors. That mindset is gold in any career. Being genuine and putting others first was a lesson from the Bible that paid off 100 times over again and again. The Bible also talks a lot about perseverance and trust. In my darkest days, I'd read lines that basically said, "Hang in there, brighter days are ahead." Those words, even if they're ancient, spoke to me personally. It's like hearing, "Hey buddy, don't give up." And honestly, sticking it out when things got tough paid off. Later on, I landed opportunities I had almost given up on. I truly believe that stamina comes from faith. And finally, there's the idea of generosity. I know, I'm repeating stuff, but it comes up a ton. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. So I tried it out. Volunteering time, giving a bit of money to a cause I care about, sharing what I know. It felt amazing, and weirdly enough, I got so much support in return. People were nicer, more doors opened, and I felt richer inside. Good vibes really do come back around. These are life principles in there, and they've literally changed how I approach each day. Reframing money. Now, let's talk about money. Money itself isn't evil, but it can become a trap if we let it. I've been there, man, thinking, more money equals more success equals more happiness. But that's not totally true. When money is the main goal, you start chasing the wrong dreams and burning out. A trick my mom taught me: see money as a tool, not as the boss of your life. Changing how you view cash can set you free. When you're not obsessed with what's in your bank account, your mind gets creative, and you start focusing on what really matters. It's amazing how freeing that mindset is. Once I stopped treating money as my endgame, I started building things that really mattered. You focus on solving problems instead of just stacking bills. The Bible even says something about serving two masters. You can't really serve both God and money. In other words, if your heart is on serving others and doing good, the money will take care of itself. I found that when my goal became creating value or helping people, ideas flowed more easily and success actually followed naturally. And on the note of giving, it's crazy how helping others changed my own perspective on money. One trick I learned is to give a little back, whether it's time, skills, or even a few bucks to someone in need. It's not magic, but when you give, you see how you have enough to share. That simple act of generosity flips the script. Suddenly, you're excited to earn and give, not hoard. It made me happier and more creative. And interestingly enough, opportunities started coming back to me. For example, one time I changed my mindset like that and started a side project focusing on helping others, not on profit. It was crazy. Instead of obsessing about every dollar, I asked, how can this help people? Suddenly, I wasn't afraid to put time and money into it. And guess what? It started to grow without me forcing it. And trust me, giving a little back does wonders. I'm not just talking about charity. I'm talking lending a hand to friends or giving advice or even donating a few bucks to someone who needs it. When I started doing that, I noticed something wild. The world seemed to return the favor. I'd get a random client referral after helping a stranger or find a cool opportunity right when I needed it. It's like money starts working with you, not against you. I learned the hard way sometimes. I once spent way too much on a fancy phone on credit, thinking I had to keep up. When the bill came, the stress slammed me. That taught me something. If I treat money like an endless resource to feed my ego, I'll end up broke and unhappy. Now I always ask, what big thing is this money for? Often the answer is not buying stuff. These little aha moments keep pushing me toward using money with purpose. Purpose over profit. Look around at some of the big success stories we all know. Apple started because someone wanted to put a personal computer in everybody's pocket. That idea eventually became the iPhone. Amazon kicked off because its founder believed sharing books online could change the world. Neither of those companies began with, "Let's make a quick buck." They started with passion and purpose, creating something valuable for others. When we do something similar in our own lives, amazing things can happen. You don't need a billion-dollar startup. You can start by solving a problem you care about. Think about it. Any big project or charity you admire probably began as one person's vision to help others. The money usually came later, if at all. If we put purpose before profit, we actually end up more fulfilled, and often more successful, even if we weren't chasing wealth on purpose. It's like the pieces line up when you're doing what you love. So let the desire to help others be bigger than the desire to get rich, and watch how things fall into place. In fact, I've seen this in my own life. I once spent months building a little website full of study tips just to help students. I gave it away for free. Later, out of the blue, I started getting requests to build similar sites for pay. I didn't chase the money. It found me because I showed value first. Think about Facebook or any big tech startup. Most of them started with a mission, not a paycheck. Facebook was just a way to connect people. Tesla was about saving the planet. When the mission is real, money eventually follows. It's sort of wild when you see it. Someone will tell you, "I just wanted to solve this one problem." And then bam, their company is worth millions. That happened because they focused on impact first. I've also seen it in my own small way. Once I helped organize a free workshop for local youth, just because I believed it was the right thing. I didn't make a dime, but I had fun and made connections. A few months later, a local business owner I met there came to me for help with his marketing, without me even asking. He said he remembered my genuine effort. That would never have happened if I had been doing it just to pimp my resume. So yeah, do things that matter. Fix a problem, help someone, create value, and the profit tends to follow. It sounds a bit crazy, but trust me, it happens more often than you'd think. And even if you never turn it into the next big company, doing work that matters gives you something money can't buy: fulfillment. People won't remember how rich you got, they'll remember how you helped them. That's the legacy, I promise you, it really is. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm not here to preach or tell you what to believe. I'm just a 35-year-old guy sharing what's worked for me. Putting God first doesn't mean you can't be ambitious or successful. It just means your ambition has a deeper reason than just the dollar sign. It means you stay humble, keep learning, and trust that there's something bigger supporting you. When you combine hard work with faith, you get a clearer direction. So maybe give it a shot. Start your day with a quick prayer or a moment of gratitude. Think about how your goals align with your values. You might be surprised how it changes your perspective and frees your mind. I'm sharing this with love and respect, and I truly hope it helps you as much as it helped me. Thanks for listening. My folks always reminded me to be honest and generous. Growing up, they used to say, "Life is short. Treat people right and trust in something bigger." Now at 35, I really understand what they meant. Putting God first hasn't made me lazy or poor. It's made me more at peace with each step I take. So even if this sounds weird, just try something small. Read a bit of that Bible, or take a minute to pray, or do a random act of kindness. You never know, it might just change your perspective. And remember, life can throw some crazy curveballs. I've been there. I've lost jobs and faced setbacks, and it sucks. But when you've got something bigger than yourself in your corner, those hits don't knock you out. They just teach you lessons. So when the worst happens, take a breath, pray, and trust there's a plan. It made all the difference for me. Now, I get it. This might not be the usual advice you expect from a motivation video, but keep an open mind. The worst that can happen is nothing changes. The best that can happen is it changes your life. Thanks again for hanging with me, and may your journey forward be guided by something greater than just the grind. God bless.